How do we know what ayn is? We go to the poem. Check it out. It says the middle of the throat is where the aynun comes alive. A cranky old sound just trying to survive. 70 years in a coal miner's mind couldn't make the ayn sound more refined. The idhar ayn don't mix with noons. With jahrun ayn does loudly snooze. Wastun and samtun describe the aynun well. The only thing left is fatun istifad. Okay, now again, remember, these are, go back up please. Right there, oh, right there. These are poems or nursery rhymes written for children in their age and in their understanding. If you memorize these and replace these with hickory dickory dock and all those other nonsensical things that have no benefit for your children, they will be able to use this as firm knowledge to go forward in their life. To know that the middle of the throat is where the aynun comes alive. That's a very important point. Hamzun faha'un thumma aynun ha'un. It's the middle of the throat, not the bottom. So the middle of the throat is the makhraj of the ayn. A cranky old sound just trying to survive. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like some cranky old man, making that sound. Because it's One of the mistakes that people make, they say It's not it's You have to say Okay, so 70 years in a coal miner's mind. You know, people that work in the coal mines, they usually get lung cancer. You know, they get that black soot. So this is an example. 70 here is used for what? To tell you the numeric value of ayn. Okay? What time is it then? Okay. So 70 years in the coal mine couldn't make the ayn sound more refined. You couldn't make the ayn even scratchier if you stayed in the coal miner's mind for 70 years. Okay? Or 70 here, it just means the numeric value of that letter. The idhar ayn don't mix with noons. Here he's giving you a hint. Idhar is the tajweed rule for ayn. And he's saying by don't mix with noons, it means that it's independent. When we talk about idhar, idhar is a sound that's independent of noon. It's distinct. Okay? So it's kind of teasing you, letting you know what idhar means. And idhar here is the tajweed rule. With jahrun, ayn does loudly snooze. Jahrun is a loud sound. And since the ayn sounds like so then it sounds like it's snoozing. You know? Wastun and samtun describe the aynun well. Wastun is wasatiyah. How do you give ayn? Ayn is not severe. You can't come with shiddah. It'll scratch your throat. At the same time, you can't do it too light. It can't be khafifan, light. What you have to do is between bayna dhalik, and that's called wastun. You have to have some moderation. So you say and you don't apply and then you'll be coughing. And you don't do it too light. You do it nice and balanced between those two. And that's called wastun. Samtun is control. You have to control that sound of the ayn, or it's just going to bleed down. So you have to have that control of the sound. How far you want it, how long you want it when you do it. So that describe the ayn way. The only thing left is fatun istifal. Fatun is to open your mouth like a doorway. Not all. And istifal is your tongue to be flat. You can't make the ayn unless your tongue is flat. Okay? So that's what we have for ayn. Let's move on to the next letter. Sa. So we have sa. Now we need to go on to fa. Fa. Fa for ikhfa for family. The formulas for free. Force 80 for yourself and then turn around and see. 4 or 5 front teeth will fall upon your inner lip. For life force, then gently form the fa before life forces them to flip. Okay, here we have fa for it. Go up a little bit further. Just a little bit further. Right there. Fa for ikhfa for family, the formulas for free. Force 80 for yourself and then turn and flip around and see. 4 or 5 front teeth will fall upon your inner lip. Then gently form the fa before life forces them to flip. For fa we have a fatun following a hams. Rikhmun istifalun and dalakun pronounced. That's it. That's all it is right there. Now we go back. It starts off by saying fa for ikhfa for family, the formulas for free. Here, if you understand this, this is again a tongue twister put into place so that people could understand how to pronounce the sound fa. It's not a sound that is unknown to the English language. Very easy. But most Americans don't think it's the same fa. Okay? So we put it like this. Fa for ikhfa for family, for formulas for free. The formulas for free. Fa, 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 fa. Force 80 for yourself. 80 is the numeric value of Fa. Then turn around and see, what do you see? You see 4 or 5 front teeth. Count them. 4 or 5 front teeth. Even if you say that, 4 or 5 front teeth will fall upon your inner lip. That's how you say fa. Say F. Now, if you count the teeth and you do it in a mirror, you'll see it's 4 or 5 front teeth that fall upon your inner lip. And what do? Gently. They gently form the fa before life forces them to split, really. Okay? To separate. So say F. F. And when you flip, when you open them up, split them, then the fa is gone. Okay? So for fa, so it says gently. So we're going to know what we have here. We know we're going to have rikhwun because it's gently. It's weakly done. For fa, we have a fethun. Following a hamps. Hamps is that whispering sound. Say F. Don't it sound like somebody's whispering? Then it says rikhwun. Again, it's spilling out. Istifalun. The tongue is flat. And dhalakun. Dhalakun means it's coming from the lips. Pronounced. Fa is easy. Okay? So, again, this is an easy letter for us to learn. And it's described. We have it. No one can doubt that there's 4 or 5 front teeth that fall upon your inner lip to say fa. And it's dhalakun because it comes from the edge of the tongue and the lips. Okay? Actually, the fa doesn't have the edge of the tongue, but I'm saying dhalakun letters come from the edge of the tongue and the lips. Okay? And or the lips. Go to the next letter. So we have fa. The last letter is sod. Sa, fals. Okay? The last letter is sod. Sod is one of the letters that some people don't think that we have in English. But sod is in English. It's one of those that, like we say H. Okay? H is a letter in the English language. There are 2 H's in the English language. However, they only write one. We say heavy and we say hot. We say jalapeno even when it's a J, but it's an H sound. Okay? And we say ho, ho, ho. You know, the kuffar say that. Okay? So, S is like that. We have seen and we have sod. So like we have Sally and we have some. So we say some. We have saw. Saw is an ala. It's a utensil that they use. We call it a saw. This is what is pronounced as a sod. Different than when we say Sally, which is pronounced as a seen. So both these sounds we have in the English language, even though they're only represented by one letter, and that's S. So it tricks some people who don't know to think that we don't have this letter. We do have this letter. Actually, not the letter. We do have this sound. And that is the thing that we're focusing on here. Sounds. Okay? And tying the sounds to what we can see. These are called graphemes or alphabet. So let's go along. It goes on, and first thing it does, it describes this letter. It says the tongue is up and near the front. Safirun whistles through, and then with humps itbaq samt isti'la rikhwu. Sadun has ikhfa, Sad has ikhfa 90, said someone suddenly. Words like sama, saw, and sad, some sound like sad to me. Let's go back up. It's a tongue twister for me too. He says again, right there. The tongue is up and near the front. Let's go here. Safirun whistles through. See, when your tongue is up to the front, it's up. And near the front, say us, us. Put it here. Us. Ya akhi. Sorry. Say us. Us. You see your tongue rises up and it goes towards the front. Okay? It's when I said near the front, I didn't say all the way to the front. It's near the front. So if your teeth are here, it's up and near the front. It's not all the way to the front. You have to pay attention to these subtle details. Say us. 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 And so the tongue, it kind of folds like this. Us. As it goes up towards the top, and it opens a little avenue of air. So the air gets squeezed, and from that exits the air. The sound that emits the sound. Us. Sod. And what happens when you have enough water in your system, the water bubbles on your tongue and it squeezes out that sound. Us. And that's what you feel sometime on your tongue. When you say swad. Swad. Some people want to say swad. It's not swad. They do that because of the formulation of the tongue. They're like that. But it's saw. Saw. There you go.